So there are a few different videos floating around, particularly by NerdForge, of people customizing awesome computer setups and laptops. These videos are so cool and inspiring, and when ASUS reached out to me to send me the ZenBook Pro 16X OLED and show off how much of a beast it is, I thought, what better way to do that than to turn it into a beast? Of course, this video is sponsored by ASUS and the ZenBook Pro 16X OLED. This is going to be really fun, and we're actually going to use the laptop to create the beastly elements that are going to go on the laptop. So the team and I jumped into brainstorming what this monstrous laptop could look like. I wanted to incorporate a variety of textures and aesthetics to make sure it looks varied and cool, but not too dark or gritty. So to properly visualize this, I asked Rob to 3D sculpt me a laptop on the laptop, basically a rough 3D representation of what the laptop looks like in 3D space that I could then take into virtual reality and roughly sculpt around. I'd see this as a bit of a sketch, so it's still pretty loose, but at the same time, this ended up being such a really clear representation of what we were going after that we all ended up passing this file around and working off of it as a reference for each of our parts. Starting with Rob, who needed to laser cut the frame of the box that would hold the laptop up and have some airflow, as well as the top plates that would go on top of the lid to avoid us scratching or permanently damaging the laptop when we started customizing it. Then over to Dave, who had the task of, in Blender, 3D sculpting the teeth and fangs. Then it was a matter of chucking those files on the 3D print and starting to put all of the foundation work elements together to bring my monster to life. Amy had gathered a variety of different textures and cloths for what would be the beastly fur. We decided on a few different options that we would dye this sort of teal color. We loved the idea of having the teal beastie monster with some purple dots and polka dots, referencing absolutely zero copyrighted characters. And with our plan in place and following our reference, I set to work on sculpting the top frame of the laptop while Amy was dyeing our materials to the colors we wanted, and Rob started working on some LED lighting to make the eyes light up. All right, time to test it, because I haven't checked any of this yet. I actually have two parts. The first is an acrylic. Theory is, if we use the same sort of like double-sided sticker tape stuff that you use to stick stuff to walls, the idea is we can remove this without a mark if we need to, because I'm trying not to scuff up the laptop if I can help it. So I've got the top sort of roughed out. Next, the bottom, this is both a little trickier and a little easier. The bottom has to be a little out of the way because obviously people can lean their hands down here like it's on a table. The other thing too is whatever I put here is going to kind of hopefully help hold the laptop in place without covering the ports. And then we have the front. We've got these front teeth and I want to sort of jut out a little bit to give them a lip and room to sculpt the gums like that. Okay. That's our bottom, and we have teeth poking around. Good work for the day, everyone. And Rob's got glowing eyes happening. Ready? 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 Yeah! Whoa! Oh yeah, this is gonna be crazy. See you tomorrow. So it's the next day and everything is ready to bring together. The 3D prints of the teeth and horns look absolutely amazing. So after a bit of a wash and clean up, they're ready to give a bit of a base coat, spray paint, bring together with all the other materials and parts that we've prepared to completely transform this high-end laptop into a high-octane beast. Oh my God, it's time. All of the elements are here and it's about to hit past the point of no return because I have to put a whole bunch of glue and slap a whole bunch of shit on that. This could go many different ways, Gareth.
Is this the scary bit?
This is pretty, do you know what? I have to say, I'm pretty confident, I shouldn't talk too soon, but the fact that we've all been able to follow this has been like monumentally helpful. Like Dave even used this, the model that he used as a reference to scale to sculpt the horns. So everything is, in theory, ready to go, and including the colors and the fur and all this stuff. But now I just have to put it on the laptop. So this may be the very last time we see the beautiful ZenBook Pro 16X OLED in its untarnished form. Now, I've done YouTube for a while, so I can already see the comments saying, oh, Jazza, this whole video is an ad. But I've used the ZenBook lineup in multiple videos, and the ZenBook series is my personal daily driver, both at the studio and I have one at home. And I thought doing this project could be a little bit of a different way to show how the ZenBook Pro 16X OLED is the ultimate creator on-the-go laptop. With a wealth of innovative design features and brand new all-metal design, it uses world-leading OLED HDR Nano Edge touchscreen display to bring your creativity to life. Now, I have to be really careful when I'm constructing my monster frame around this because this is so carefully engineered for airflow. The way the keyboard tilts up allows a huge amount of circulation for air to keep this thing cool when it's working hard. It's really, really well designed. But it packs a punch with everything fitted on and around it with the dual Thunderbolt 4 ports, 6 speakers for really impressive audio, and of course it supports the ASUS Pen, a stylus with 4096 pressure levels. Suffice it to say, if you are looking for the ultimate creator on-the-go laptop, the ZenBook Pro 16X OLED will tackle anything you throw at it because it's a total beast. Now let's make it a literal beast. Now, I'm gonna be honest, I have tried to put this plan together in a way that I can deconstruct it if something goes wrong or if later down the line I've had enough of the cosmetics that I slap onto this laptop. So to do that, I've used that wall sticky tape stuff that you can pull to remove without any marks to attach a black sheet of acrylic to, upon which I can glue and attach everything else onto without marking the laptop. And now the messy work begins. Starting off by creating what would become the eyes that I can place over the LED lights. To do this, I used UV resin with a touch of blue alcohol ink and cured them within the inside of a ping pong ball that was cut in half, layer by layer, almost like I was separating an egg yolk and white, pouring from one to the other and curing to try and build up a reasonably even layer of this blue translucent eye material. And it worked out really cool. After I ran those LED channels, glued all the lights in place, those eyes started to glow in a way I thought was really promising. I initially was going to run the wires down and into the base of the laptop stand, but in the end, I realized it would just be easier to have all of it running inside the top of the laptop, so there's no wire connecting the top and bottom. Now comes the really fun bit. Those of you who watched my recent videos, I have only just learnt about foam clay, and this is exactly the project that can make it shine and is perfect for it, not only because it's a lightweight material, but it's super malleable and pretty sticky if you use it in the right way. So I started off by creating gums that would go all the way around the top and bottom lips of the laptop. With those in place, it was just a matter of shoving my teeth in place, and it made this delightful indentation that looked exactly like gross gums. I'm so excited. This is really working, and it's only just the beginning. Just that last little detail. Oh my God! Oh my God! Look, I'm hoping the fur will cuten him up a bit, but holy crap, this works. And I've just done the gums, the teeth, and sculpted around the eyes. Oh, wait, ready? I'm gonna turn this on. Check this out. Click. How good is that? It's not like super bright. We worked with what we had at the local shop, but hey, he's got glowing eyes. Like, how freaking cool. And honestly, I couldn't be happier with the maw, with this gaping mouth. Oh my God. Now this all has to set, so I'm gonna walk away and leave it overnight. That's another day well done. But tomorrow we bring it all together, and I'm gonna get Amy back in to help me out because it's the finishing touches that are gonna really make this raw. Now, the teeth had to be removed from the foam clay gums to let them fully set overnight, but the next day, I gave the indents a really light dusting with a red alcohol ink and my airbrush. Just that little gnarly touch. I don't want to go too gnarly with this beast. I want him to look appealing more than gross, but it's little things like this that really do add quite a bit of vibrance. As you can see, after all the teeth are glued in, just that little bit of life in the gums makes his bite look just that bit extra menacing. Now, with the teeth fully glued in now and set, and with my eyes lit up and ready to go, the foundation of my beastie laptop case is done, and now it's time to soften it a little bit. Everything looks pretty harsh and menacing right now, but by adding this fuzzy blue fur all around, I think we're gonna strike a really nice balance. I had a few different fabrics to pick from. In the end, I ended up choosing one that happened to previously be an adorable teddy bear. I don't know what it is about teddy bear fur, but it just goes so well on menacing projects. Like you guys might have seen in the previous Space Bear Claw and Shoulders videos, teddy bears don't last long in my studio. Now, I didn't want this all to be one flat color, and as you saw in my VR brainstorming, I flicked through a few different color options and it was landing on the blue and purple that felt both a nice mix of friendly and monstrous. I'm not sure what it is about this teal color with purple dots and patches that makes me think of monsters. I don't know, it just feels right. But I wanted to walk the line carefully and I didn't want the patches or purple to be too loud. I wanted it to be more of an accent. So with a few carefully chosen purple patches, a couple for the eyebrows and one down the middle like a mohawk, I figured I'd color in with some spray of some sort later down the line to put a bit more organic patching throughout my creation. Now, with the top half of my beast covered in fur, I didn't want it all to look the same, even though most of it would be this teal color. So in the larger, flatter back ends of the beastie laptop case, I actually found a different material that was a little shorter and a little brighter and cleaner, but also even more appropriately, was really breathable. Raising the laptop case like we have done and creating really clear airflow paths placed where the ventilation of the laptop is, would in theory make sure to mitigate any overheating issues that my design would be imposing on the laptop. And this blue breathable fabric added that little bit of color and texture variation and was perfect as a covering for these ventilation areas. Next, it's time for a bit of a zhuzh and a haircut, darling. This is my true passion, hairstyling, as you could see. And it really does make all the difference by carefully and as organically as possible shortening areas of the hair, but also making sure to keep some areas long for a bit of a design accent. Slowly but surely the personality started to really take shape and the silhouette was becoming more refined. Then the next magical discovery. Amy found colored hairspray in our costume department. How perfect is this? Literally, the purple was a perfect purple to add patches throughout the blues, and the blue was perfect to add not only a highlight, but help transition from the purples into the blues. Oh my god, this was meant to be. With a combination of the colored hairspray and then a final coating throughout the whole piece with just good old-fashioned hairspray, the entirety of the project could be held in place and had a really nice and vibrant organic coloring. Now that's actually almost the completion of the beast itself, but it's all the features around him that will help guide the eye to different areas and break up the monotony. Starting off with the belt or strap that would be pulled along from one side of the back of his jaw to the other, gluing that down and then attaching chains across the front of his jaw and then back to that leather strap. I'm not sure what purpose these serve. They don't seem to be placed in a functional way, but they, I guess, give the illusion to a sort of muzzle or perhaps a bridle? I don't know, can you ride this thing? I wouldn't try. Along with the belt options that we had, there was actually this one thin studded leather belt that was kind of perfect, that looked like it could be like a choker. So I added that along the baseline, so it made it really clear to see where the bottom edge of my case was and trimmed the hair out the bottom. That would also help frame my entire creation, especially from behind. Now we're down to the last few things that add quite a lot of highlight and punch, starting off with the brightening up of the teeth with a simple light bone dry brush color. Everything else throughout this monster is mid-tone or dark tone, and the teeth and horns are the things that really are brightest and stand out the most. So by giving them that little bit of extra pop, we can really help accentuate that contrast. Then, I didn't want him to be all gums. While the gums were quite visible and the teeth were now prominent, I thought it'd be cool to try and closely color match a sort of skin with the foam clay and create a bottom lip. Again, to sort of break up the monotony, make the bottom jaw look a little different to the top jaw, and it serves the dual purpose of softening out that bottom area on the lower jaw, which is actually where the palms might rest when typing on a keyboard or using the mouse or the laptop. And the foam clay is pretty durable and quite soft. So even though this whole thing looks menacing, the theory is it's actually going to be really comfy to use. This is the satisfying bit, peeling off that tape and revealing the clean, beautiful laptop underneath, surrounded by this insane, monstrous creation. But I can't call it complete without bringing something back. You see, obviously ASUS sent me this amazing laptop that I've had a lot of fun going pretty ham on, but this project, of course, would not be possible without their support. And with all the crafting I've done, I've covered up that beautiful ASUS symbol that was on the back of the shiny new laptop. So I thought it's only fair to laser cut 2 new versions of the same symbol with a shiny black acrylic underlay and a sharp-edged top frame that I could coat in gold and combine them to create the buckles that would go on the back of the monster's muzzle. The finishing touch, the piece de resistance to bring my creation together, that ties in that this is both a beast on the outside and, of course, on the inside. How cool is this? I could not be happier. It's just surpassed every expectation. Look at the eyes, like just even things like the way that the UV inked resin sort of reflects and ripples the light from within is so perfect. It's a giant f***ing monster. It's never coming off. This is forever the monster laptop. I might only remove it just to put glue on and actually stick it to the laptop forever, because yeah, this is how it was meant to be. Now, this is not based on anything. This is the color scheme of a monster that I invented on my own. Don't care what you say in the comments. If I invented that world, what if this monster was from a world where like screams give him energy? No. Likes and subscriptions give him energy. That's how it works. So make sure to hit the like button and subscribe for more fun with art and creativity so you can power my bestial side.
That didn't sound right.
You're thinking of something else.
No,
the bestial is a word. I'm just Googling if it's a safe word. Is savage or like a beast or wild animal. It's a safe word. We're good. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video where we do something even crazier, probably, because we always have. We're getting you know what? I'm gonna go carve a tree with a chainsaw.
Do it.
I actually will. I'm always gonna take on the next challenge. In fact, I'm gonna bloody gobble them up.